Remember, Ray Hall is the defending national champion, IndyCar champion. He was second in this race last year en route to his championship. He did not appear to be a strong contender at the beginning of this race, having qualified back in midfield. He has come through, avoiding quite a few incidents along the way. He's been very close to trouble, but has not struck trouble. And right now, he is giving his team its best performance of the year by far.
You know, he's one of the cars, or they're one of the groups that have got their car working a lot better on race day. They weren't this good yesterday or the day before. So Ray Hall's got the car figured out a little bit better than it was before.
And remember, it's the only car of its kind in the race. And of course, what the opposition has to fear is that Ray Hall's team, especially if they improve on this car with their car they're bringing out at the middle of the season, if they have a really good piece there, they're the only one that has it.
Tim, it's the only American-made car in the race.
And that, in fact, is what both Carl Hogan and Bobby Rahal, the two owners, are quite proud of, and something they want to continue. They're also hoping to make their hometown of Columbus, Ohio, kind of a center for motorsports. Car off the edge of the course, and it is Mario. Mario Andretti sits off the edge of the course. He was running in second. His daughter, Barbie, disappointed. Mario was going for 2 in a row. We have no idea why he's sitting by the edge of the course with the engine shut off. Could it be fuel? Not likely. 21 laps ago was his last stop.
Now, obviously, it's going to be some sort of a power, either the engine or the powertrain, because it just quit completely, and he didn't coast very far with it, Paul.
Mario waiting for assistance from the course marshals. Gary Gerald, you're in that pit. Can you give us an update?
Well, the one word we heard, they believe it's electrical, Paul, and it looks like it's a terminal problem, and the man who was leading the points chase trying to get 2 in a row sits on the side.
And Carl Hogan now has that information. Obviously, they're discussing the fact that they think Paul Tracy's going to have to stop. And if he does, then that will turn the lead of the race over to Bobby Rahal. Let's go back to Jack Arute. Jack?
Well, Paul, when they heard what happened there, they radioed to Bobby Rahal, take it easy on fuel. They don't believe what we're hearing from the Penske pit. They think that Tracy is going to have to pit one more time. They want to make this an economy run and maybe go to victory lane.
Well, also, Jack, Rahal is 14 seconds back, so there's probably very little chance, no matter how hard he went, that he could close that gap on Tracy. So they're doing tactically the superior thing right now.
But that interval, Jack, is not the key interval. As you see him on the straightaway, you'll notice that Boiselle is only 2 seconds back from Rahal, so there's still a battle developing there. Jack, back to you.
Also, Paul, add to the fact that before that last incident, they were having a problem with their radios, they being Bobby Rahal and Carl Hogan. Someone had left a key depressed, and they couldn't talk back and forth. In all the excitement about Andretti, they got the key fixed, and they were able to talk.
So some luck turning Bobby Rahal's way. But Paul Tracy's still in control of this race.
Rahal talks very little, though, on the radio. Obviously, there are critical information exchanged between him and the crew, but he is not one of the real talkers on the radio.
Well, you know, we still don't know who's going to win this race, whether it's going to be Paul Tracy or Bobby Rahal or either one. This has been the most unpredictable race I've seen in a long time. But some of these cars, this one right here, Bobby Rahal, this is the one that may run out of fuel right there. But Bobby Rahal has certainly got his car working a lot better.
Now with just 8 laps to go in the run, there is Bobby Rahal as he heads down to turn 1, the Toyota turn. And Paul Tracy has picked up the average above the track record. You see the closing rate between Rahal.
Well, you can tell that Tracy has cut back on his power or the fuel that he's using as much as possible. But here's the guy, Roger Penske, that is really the thinker in the team.
Running at an average record speed at 92.416 miles an hour, with Bobby Rahal in pursuit of Paul Tracy. And Raul Boiselle is chasing Rahal. We've got a great race here. Some of the other activities here at the Toyota Grand Prix weekend in the Convention Exposition Center here at Long Beach. A great display of all kinds of cars, including a big top fueler. But we've had some action on the track in the past few seconds. Scott Goodyear is afoot now. He brushed the wall, damage to the left front wheel, and that took him out of the race. Look at that.
Well, those are magnesium wheels. They just won't take that. You can see just instantly lost the air. The tire has no adhesion to the ground. Pulls over and stops right close to pit entrance. It's really sad. Scott just missed it. Look at this. You know, it's so hard when you come out there. It's slippery right now. You just boom right into the wall.
So Scott Goodyear brushes the wall, takes him out of a key attack position at the front of the field. Nigel Mansell now moves up as a result of that situation and sits in 4th. Roberto Guerrero is in 5th. Debbie Rahal keeping track of her husband currently in 2nd. 7.6 seconds behind Paul Tracy. Now Paul Tracy has been running much slower laps the past several. He's only been running laps at about 100 miles an hour. He's obviously trying to save fuel, eh, Jack? Jack Root?
Paul, what they've done is they just radioed to Tracy, go to 5 o'clock. That's the fuel setting. They are going to go into full conservation now. They feel, as we've said before, that they can go the distance, but they're going to have to do it with as little fuel as possible.
It certainly looks as if Rahal may have changed his mind about the pursuit. There's Carl Hogan, his co-owner, a great, you really know what's on Carl's mind. But I think the situation is that the harder Rahal can press Tracy, the better chance he has of making Tracy run out of fuel. Now, I talked earlier about Tracy's luck. He's been lucky so far in this race. He now needs a huge gob of it and some fuel in the tank to make it.
He's really happy. He's sure that he has it figured out that Tracy's going to run out. Then you look at Roger Penske, and you see the poker face that he's got. He's looking at the telemetry.
What are they thinking down in the Rahal Hogan pits? Let's go to Gary.
Carl Hogan, can you catch Paul Tracy at this rate?
No, I don't think we can. We're going to be lucky if we run out. I mean, we run through the race with the fuel. We're right on the button, so we're pretty happy where we are. We're just trying to make sure we maintain 2nd at this point.
All right, thank you.
All right, good.
Carl Hogan loves to race. There's his driver and his partner. But they are doing everything they can. They're charging. I'm not so sure I believe what he said. I think they think they've got a
I don't believe it either. Remember that they won the IndyCar Championship last year in their first-year team together.
And Boiselle slows down. Now, is this an indicator of anything? Boiselle slows down, sitting in 3rd place. But what I'm wondering is he out of fuel?
It has that look.
And if he is, what does that say about Tracy and Rahal?
Well, we're back to the telemetry. All the new modern stuff is computerized. They all tell the pit crews everything is happening. But it doesn't always read right.
Could this provoke a yellow, which would shake things up? Here comes Rahal.
Paul Tracy sitting 7 seconds in front of Bobby Rahal as we watch for the white flag.
You can see how straight Rahal comes off the turns. Look at how easy he's going through here. He's conserving also. It always comes down here at Long Beach to fuel at the latter part of the race. Seems like it never changes.
Paul Tracy right now is closer to winning his first IndyCar race than he has ever been. You get the feeling it's something that's going to happen if there's just enough fuel left in that tank.
And Rahal has come by the start-finish line very, very slow. He picks up speed now as he heads down into turn 1. There's Paul Tracy, the 12th car. He is so close to a victory, and I'm telling you, once he wins, he is going to be very hard to catch. He fell off a mountain bike that he was playing with earlier in the week. His hands are cut and bruised. His right ankle is very sore. He was icing it down heavily yesterday, but I don't imagine he feels any of that now as Paul Tracy on his final 3 turns, and he will look at a checkered flag if only he can make it here through the hairpin in safety. Paul Tracy makes a turn onto the straightaway. The checkered flag will lie just ahead, and Paul Tracy has finally done it. He wins an IndyCar race. Paul Tracy becomes a champion in the IndyCars, the 10th different driver to win in a Penske car, and Paul Tracy has done it. Bobby Rahal comes across the line in 2nd place, but very slowly. Here he goes as he came well off of the pace. Nigel Mansell should cross the line in 3rd. And it's a celebration in the Penske pits. And Carl Hogan's pretty happy about it as well. Pretty good celebration for 2nd. We'll be back to talk with the winner of the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. One very terrific run.
Well, Paul Tracy, welcome to IndyCar Victory Lane. You're first.
Well, it's a credit to the Marlboro team. We had 2 flat tires during the race. I just can't even believe it. You know, we just fought back all day, ran strong with the Marlboro car. You know, I have to, just thank the crew for that one. They did the job, got me in and out of the pits real well, and I got to thank them.
Adds new meaning to patience. I bet you learned one here.
Well, it's we stayed in there all day, and we ran it, and I'm just happy to be in the winner's circle.
Paul?
So Paul Tracy takes his win. Nigel Mansell finishes in third and takes the point standings by 4 points over Mario Andretti, his teammate. Paul Tracy is the winner of the race here in the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. Bobby Rahal second, Nigel Mansell third. Teo Fabi comes home fourth, followed by Roberto Guerrero and Robbie Buell. It has been one terrific day here in Long Beach. A tremendous race, and Roger Penske's team comes out on top. Of course, the next stop is the Indianapolis 500, the greatest spectacle in racing. Many stories yet to be told and tests yet to be run as we take a look down through the entire final results. It's been a great day under beautiful skies. And Nigel Mansell now moving to the point standings with his third place finish here. Bobby Unser, you really love that one.
Certainly one of the best races I have ever seen in Long Beach, and unpredictable from the start to the finish.
And Sam, as we said, always electric.
Paul Tracy's 17th IndyCar race has produced a win, and I think we're looking at the beginning of an era where we're going to see him win a lot more.
What a great day and what a great year for IndyCar racing. We're on our way now to the Indy 500. I'm Paul Page. So long from the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach.
The Toyota Grand Prix has been brought to you by Toyota, reminding you to always buckle up. Do it for those who love you. By John Deere Lawn and Grounds Care Dealers. Nothing runs like a Deere. By cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Get out of the old, get into the cold. And by AC Delco Automotive Parts. AC Delco, it's like buying time. Saturday, ABC Sports rolls in with bowling's biggest event. It's the Firestone Tournament of Champions. Then, ABC's Wide World of Sports presents the gymnastics event of the year. It's the World Gymnastic Championships, plus a Kentucky Derby preview. Later, stay tuned for World News Sunday over most of these ABC stations. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.